Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, October 31st, and if you celebrate Happy Boo Day, I've got to tell you that I got up this morning at 5:30 with this whole idea of what I was going to do for today's video, and I tell you, it's now 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I've just hit one problem after another. I'm trying to create this buckle card for you. Let me show you this one first, and look how messy this is. I'm so glad tomorrow's the 1st so I can get a new cover sheet laid down. So this is a buckle card. So you have your flap in there. And so I was working on this, and I'm going to refine it a little bit on what I show you today. But as I was doing it, I was thinking, buckle. How cute to do a Santa Claus buckle. Isn't that fun? All right, so I am going to show you this one, but I'll go through this one very quickly. All right, the beginning of my day was that I had the idea I was going to use this bundle, and it's like, oh, it's so pretty. I haven't used it yet. Let me use it. Well, guess what? I didn't even have it ready to go. I like putting my coordinating dies in with it. Now, I love the fact that you get 2 full sheets of dies, but this produces a problem. And not that I don't love Stampin' Up! And their new things, but if you've gotten the new photopolymers, you know that, and you probably can't see it, they print on the back of this cover sheet so you can lay your stamps down, right? But I need extra room for my die. So I had to go in and get them arranged so that they would fit, you know, above where my die strip is. So then I went ahead and got it arranged, and I stamped it. And then, of course, you have to scan in your stamped image and then do flip. Don't do mirror, do flip, because I like them to actually match up to how the image is. And of course, on the Stampin' Up! Ones, and this one's a little tight, they're not flipped, so they don't line up correctly. And not that that bothers me, but it bothers me. I'm OCD about everything but cleaning my house, just so you know. And maybe folding clothes and putting it away right away, because I'll fold them, but I don't put them away right away. All right, anyway, so I had to get this worked out. And then when I was creating the buckle for the Santa card, and this just breaks my heart. So this is the Stitch So Sweetly. So I didn't have the tape down. So when I ran it through and backwards, I don't know if you can see, it moved and it actually cut into my die. That was this die cutting into this die, because when I went through and came backwards, I didn't have it taped down properly. This moved, shifted, and if you do enough force, as you can see, it will, I don't know, can you see that? Oh, let me bring it down. Can you see that? It cut into my die. It still works fine, but just be careful. Do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. That's what I mean to say. So it's been a challenging morning. So I thought, well, let me at least try to get this out. Video out before my whole world implodes. All right, so I'll show you this card quickly, explain a little bit about it, but I'm going to be showing you the other card together. So this was using the Holly Jolly Wishes set. Love it. So that's all these sayings, plus that's also your inside saying. It's a good set. The buckle was created using the Stitch So Sweetly, and was using the smallest and the 3rd smallest. And you just put them on your brushed gold, your metallic, to create the buckle. And then what I did was the buckle piece under there is just doing this halfway on another strip just to get that little buckle part. And you can see I've just mounted it with dimensionals. So that makes your buckle. So cute card, cute card. Loved using the Stitch So Sweetly. The die I used for this is the die from this bundle set right here, this one. But I think it's a little big. So I think maybe on this one, I'll try using this. Yeah, I think I'll use that one. And then, of course, when I was doing this, I actually used on this an old punch, our old slot punch, because I just wasn't thinking, and it's a little close because you can't go in that far. I should have gone from the other way, but we'll redo it this one, but we're going to use all current products. So let me put that off to the side. So let me see the mess I have here. So I'm going to run over here and grab my Real Red cardstock. And of course, we're going to cut that on the 11.5 side, 11-inch side at 5.5. And then we're going to score at 4 1/4. That makes your base card. Okay, so there's your base card. Then we are going to, let me set that down there. You have this was just a regular, started off to be a 1/4. Oh, I guess it's over here. A 1/4 of a cardstock. Here's the other half of what I cut earlier. So on this, you're going to cut at 1 1/2. Now this is 5.5 of across, of course. See how it's 5.5 across? You're going to cut at 1 1/2. Now you can use the scrap for something else, layering. And then you're going to then, on this side, you're going to go to the 4 1/4 and score. And if you don't want to run the whole length of your card, you would, we can just go ahead and snip it off later. But that's your buckle part for now. Okay, see? So there you are. Okay, and then, oh my gosh, guys, I have such a mess here. My inside, I'm going to use, I'm really, really liking, I don't know, the hair sand is really catching me because I kind of like how it's muted, but it's not. So this is going to be your inside layer. So this is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to be your inside layer. We're just going to leave it there for now. And then we're going to decorate on the front part of this. So on that, you'll want to use either your basic white or your very vanilla. I'm trying to see what I have over here. Or to make this video shorter, guess what? Let's do this. To make this video shorter, instead of using the Christmas season and stamping like I did on this one, where I made my background paper, I don't have that paper, I don't think. But what I do have, and this is available to you guys, remember, on November 2nd, I would strongly encourage you to run out to my website. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. And get some. It's the Eden series. Look at how pretty that is. It's this real pretty, little bit of gold flecks. I am going to use this. How about that? Instead of, because you all know how to make your designer look paper. You just grab a couple of stamps, different colors, throw it in there. Okay, I'm going to cut, this is going to be my front. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. It may not hold up on the buckle as well, but we'll see. How about that? So then we're going to cut this to, of course, 4 by 5 1/4. And then this will be your front piece. Yeah, I do like that. And you know what I'm going to do to reinforce, this is my one piece, to reinforce it a little bit. I knew I had a scrap here somewhere. I'm going to put this on the back just so it gives it a little bit of stability. So that's what I'm going to use when we go ahead and do the punch. All right, so let's go ahead and, I have such a mess here, guys. Hopefully I'm not getting the shot so you don't see my, I'm still in my pajamas. I went out to Kohl's yesterday and got some Vera Wang pajamas because I just needed a little bit of a comfort factor, let's say. So yeah, went out, got the Vera Wangs, and just don't want to get out of them because they feel so good. I mean, it's just, they're so soft. All right, anyway, enough of that. For this, since your base is more than 3 3/4 inches, you can't use the baby Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. So we're going to bring out the mama. And we're going to bring out our plates 1, 2, and then 3 of the 3s. I'm sorry, 2 of the 3s. Ooh, 3 of the 3s would not look great, would it? That would be horrible. So let me get I'm all discombobulated. So in this set, you have this, which makes a really good opening. Now, if you don't have that, any sort of little slot punch will do, but you're going to make sure that, because the card's going to open this way, and I'm going to do it right over where that is, just because with designer paper, it's not that it's thinner, but it's a little bit thinner. So you want to have a little bit of backing on there. The buckle would work fine without it, but just in case. And now, especially with designer paper, I like doing this because I'm afraid that it's going to rip the design paper, especially with that gold on there. I get a little worried. But we're going to go ahead and put that down. We're going to cut through. Hopefully it doesn't move the camera a whole heck of a lot. All right. And now I'm just going to push it to see. Yes, it cut through because it's going through 2 layers. Now remember that designer paper is pretty thin, so, well, it's not thin, but it's not the same thickness as the cardstock. So it's thinner. So that's going to be that. So let's go ahead and stamp our inside here. Oh, I need to put this back or I'll lose it. Usually I have my little magnetic tray out here, so when I'm using these I just throw them in the tray so that I don't lose dies, because let me tell you, for those of you who've been with Stampin' Up for a while or buying, we had an alphabet set of dies. Oh, I saved for those and I got them, and then I couldn't find the E. Where was the E? The E was missing. I know I had used it at one point because I had made a card for Evan. But where was the E? Not until I went to clean my stamp room about 3 months ago did I find an E. This E has been missing for 2 years. But I found it. Okay, enough said. So I'm not going to tape this down yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line this up. Well, that is going to be pretty. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it being dark and dark. So I'm going to line this up. And then I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. Now, you don't want to put any dimensionals anywhere where that buckle's going to be. So I put it right above where that cut is. And right below. I'll put one in the middle here. And yes, this is left over from my Paper Pumpkin subscription. I never use all of the dimensionals they give you, which is nice because not only do you get the joys of Paper Pumpkin, but you get leftover supplies that you can use on other projects. Fabulous. All right, take all those little things off. I have found that my dog thinks that these are mini marshmallows, and he tries to eat them. Silly dog. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, hover over, and then press down, because this is going to give you just enough of a lift that that's going to be able to, you know, go in there. So what I like doing then is I will remove this. Oops. I'm going to make sure that that fold is there. So see, there's a little bit of a showing through there. So if you don't like that, just take your snips. I don't know where my snips are really quick, so I'll grab my whiskers and just go over a little bit. So I'm going to position it where I want it. So I like it there. So you have this around this edge like that, and you have it all lined up, right? You're not going to move it. You're going to come over here with your seal. And you can use your seal or your seal plus. Again, making sure you still like where it is. Make sure it's where you want it. And then press down. So this is going to keep it from bunching up. When you first, if you attach to the back and then fold over, sometimes you get that extra little bump there. But now this way, it's down. I'm going to go ahead and, I usually don't run the Stampin' Seal all the way across, but I really want to keep that down. So I'm going to go ahead and go just like that. And there's my buckle. So now we're going to create something to go on there. So we're going to take, again, I really cheated by not stamping with this. But anyway, you can see, you can stamp. And like I said, I didn't really like the fact that that was so big. But I'm going to do it, I'm going to trim it down a little, because that's the good thing about these, is that if you really don't like the way it is, you can trim it down. All right, now I will take out my baby. And remember, with your baby, you only have the plate 1 and then 2 of the 2s. Lay it down. Run it through. It's going to be difficult for me because it runs through fine every other time, but then when I'm on camera, it doesn't want to start off good for me. It's like a child. It's like, it'll be good all day. Well, this is when they were younger, of course. But then the minute someone comes over, they act up. Yep. Okay. So here's this. What I am going to do is I am going to trim this down where those 2 meet. So it's more of like a, oh, I must have had something on my cutting thing, because there's a little bit of a, oh yeah, look at that, cat's kind of icky. So all I did was cut off those 2 ends. I'm going to go ahead and come over, and I will going to go ahead, yeah, stamp off once and put just a couple little leaves around the edge. I need to clean those stamps. Look at me now. No wonder I have stuff all over my cards. And then I'm going to put down, because we already have that saying, we already have the Merry Christmas to You on the inside. So on the outside, I am going to put, oh, that was a horrible noise. I'm going to put this. A little crooked. I should have taken time to line it up, because what I do is when I line it up with this center line here so that it comes out straight, but didn't do it so much there. All right, anyway, let me grab that back. Gonna put mini dimensionals on this. I don't want it to get too high, just for the fact that if I'm not hand delivering this, this is going to incur that extra ounce. Have you ever noticed that the babies are harder? The baby dimensionals, mini dimensionals, whatever you want to call them, are harder to get the backing off. So I'm going to put that right there. And then last but not least, red rhinestones. Love them. Let's see, looks like I have a little bit of a sheet left here. So let me grab my other, take your pick tool. And there you are. Oh my gosh. I have so many lids laying around. Try not to lose those either. All right, so there you go. Let me put it behind here so you can see a little bit better. There you go. Buckle card to use for your holiday cards. Here's the original. And then here is the Christmas version. All right, guys. Hope you had a great time. Thanks for stopping in. Be safe out there if you're out with your kids tonight. And have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye.